Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about rifleman setups, particularly a rifleman setup that would be fitted for a smaller team. I would say for a team of like 5 or 6 people or less even. So not only will I be going over my kit and what I use, I'll be going over the considerations for rifleman setups of small teams. And I'll be going over some different stuff that you'll see throughout the video. I just want to say before we dive into the video that what I'm about to talk about isn't going to include uniforms, what's in my ruck, and first line gear. It's only going to be talking about like second line, third line, on. So we're going to be talking about my LBE first. So this is like a CGS Gen 3 harness rig. This I'm not going to be talking about the rig, I'm going to be talking what's in it. Now, in a smaller team manner, you're going to need more mags than you would typically need. So I'll be going into that now or later when I start talking about the assault pack. But just on my kit itself, I have 7 mags, and I'll go into that now. I have 2 on this side, or I have 4 on this side actually, because these are double mag pouches. So I have 2 double mag pouches with 4 mags in there, then 5, 6 on this one on this side. IFAK fighting knife. I would say have a pocket knife on you, as well as this knife and maybe another knife. Canteens. The recommended amount of canteens would be 2, and that stands strong when you're in a small team that doesn't have any, like doesn't have a water buffalo or anything that can come and get you a supply of water. So the amount of water you have will definitely need to be a bit more than it would be for a conventional army. I've seen guys even go up to like 4 canteens where they just have them all stacked up in the back. And what we got in this pouch right here. So we have some paper, and then we got a little bit of this random paracord in there. This isn't the only paper I carry. I usually have a couple more pieces of paper and a notebook on my first line. So I wouldn't say that everybody on your team needs a rangefinder or binos or a type of device like that. But I feel like if you're in like a 4-man team and 2 of your guys have rangefinders, or one of your guys has a rangefinder and the other has binos, that would be fine. I wouldn't necessarily say that everybody has to have one, but it would be good if everybody did have one. Then yeah. So that's what I have. Oh, actually, I just have a compass right here. Mag pouch right there. This will be my 7th mag. This will be the first mag that goes into my rifle. So usually I want to actually have a mag in this pouch. And gloves right there. Now this is about on 15 pounds or so, 10, 15, maybe 20. So not too heavy, but if you're a bit heavier, you might have to line up that load. Because, alright, so for example, I'm not trying to make fun of this person in particular, but I saw some guy once and he was talking about how he only runs micro rigs because it helps him with movability and like running and stuff. And he was like 330 pounds. So that micro rig with 3 mags in it isn't really gonna help you. I mean, it might help you run, but you're already 330 pounds, so you're already gonna be weighing yourself down quite a lot. So just keep that in mind of what you can physically do. Don't put a whole lot of gear on your harness if you're like a skinny guy that won't be able to handle all that weight. And that goes with everything. That goes with rucks, assault packs, and rifles, and we'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, that's pretty much it for what I have. I would like to have a butt pack on there, but I don't, and that's why I really run the assault pack, because I have some items in there that I would put in a butt pack. But yeah. Alright, going into the assault pack. This is the company that made this is Badlands. It's a small medium, it's a small pack. We'll also be going over what's in this. And then yeah, so this is stuff that I wouldn't say I really need. I need to get too fast, but I still would need on me. So yeah, once again, I wouldn't need to really get to these things really fast, but if I had to, I could stop for a minute with open the pack up and use this or use these items. So some paracord, face paint. I really like this brand. Hunter Specialities. I definitely said that wrong. I like that paint. It's real good. I just have some grocery items and then some socks. Now I would say that if you're in a small squad, then every person in your squad is going to count and is going to be a contributor to that firepower that your team can accomplish. So taking care of yourself in the field will be very important. So socks are definitely a thing that you're gonna need, and a lot of socks. Where I am, it will be super dry, and then all of a sudden it will start like downpouring out of nowhere. And it will get real muddy, so socks for me are really important, as well as I don't have them in my assault pack right now, but I would usually carry a pair of shorts and a t-shirt in my assault pack, and I would have another uniform in my ruck. But like I said, I'm not going to go into my ruck today, just going into the assault pack. I have Camelback. And then I have a Cobra vest, and this will like cover my arms and my back, just in case if I needed to kind of do a observation and listening post, or just like a marksman post. I can set this up, or just for a situation where I need a bit more camouflage, I can put this on and give me that extra boost. So like I was saying with socks, I have more socks. And then going back to mags. So I have 7 mags in my vest. And like I said, I'll say it once again, mags, especially when you're in a small team, they really matter. So you're really gonna have to carry more mags than a conventional army. Just for an example, the normal for like a U.S. infantryman is 7 mags. But recently in like Ukraine, we've seen people rocking up to like 22 mags. I saw one time in a video. I wasn't in Ukraine. I usually carry more mags in my pack than that. And then right here is my water purification. I just have it sitting in this bag. Then I just have some survival stuff in there too. And that's all for the bag. Now, considerations and things that other people change up from what I'm doing right now is I've seen one guy use instead of putting the mags in his pack, he got a like a bandolier with a shoulder strap, and he put it on his shoulder. Shoulder? Whatever. Yeah, that's what he did. Now that's a pretty good idea. I don't have on this pack right now. I usually carry a extra bottle of water on my pack, maybe even 2 sometimes, and I would carry an extra canteen on my ruck. So once again, going back to water. Water is very important in small teams. So I would have, in all, I would have three canteens, a Camelback, and 1 or 2 water bottles with me. And then, honestly, if I wanted to, I could probably sneak like a Red Bull in there if I really wanted to. I'm not saying I have, I'm not saying I haven't. So yeah, that's really just what I'm talking about and what's going on in my assault pack. And now we're going to go on to rifles. But before we do, just going back to what I said with the harness rig, is that you might have to take stuff out or lighten up your pack depending on how much you can physically handle. It depends on your terrain too, really. Where I train, it's mountains everywhere. Everything is uphill. You go uphill, uphill, downhill, uphill. And it's like a 90-degree incline, so it is very hard to get up those hills. I can't imagine if I was, and I can imagine someone that's like 230 and like a little bit porky, putting on like all this gear and then going up, or putting on like really heavy gear and then going up there. And then, yeah, I'm not the first guy to say this, I won't be the last. Being fit in a thing like this really is the difference between life and death. Being fit is very important. And if everybody on your team's fit and you're not, you're just gonna hold that team back from its true potential. So just stay in shape. Okay. The last thing I'm going to go and talk about is rifles. Now, obviously in the US, the most traditional type of semi-automatic fighting rifle will be an AR-15 in 5.56 or 223. It is super common. The round is super cheap, and well, it's not super cheap, but it's cheaper than most. And it's definitely cheap enough where you could buy like 500 rounds cheaper than you could buy like a 308, 500 rounds of 308. Yeah, so obviously in America, your AR-15 is going to be the most common style of rifle. But obviously, that doesn't mean all you're going to see is AR-15s. Obviously, you're going to see other types of rifles, like AKs, G3s, SCARs, stuff like that. It's a big world, and there's a lot of different rifles out there. Yeah, I would say the whole team needs to really just figure out the caliber and all use that same caliber. So your whole team doesn't have to buy like 3 different types and calibers of ammunition. So yeah, let's all use 1 round. But if you're out there by yourself, I guess you can really use whatever rounds you want to. But obviously, 800 rounds of .308 can be way heavier than 800 rounds of .556. So yeah, think about that again. Your ammo is gonna weigh you down. Your gun's gonna weigh you down, even if you don't think that. Because once like you get super tired, you haven't slept in a bit, you've walked a lot of miles or you've ran a lot of miles, and it might be a little hard getting a .308 gun up and running than it would be a .556 rifle. Just keep that in mind. Again, it all goes back to the thing of how fit you are. Or I guess you could put it in that words, you know. So, hope you enjoyed this video. And one last thing before I go, I'm not even of enlistment age in the U.S. Armed Forces. So I'm just talking about everything that I've kind of learned and figured out over my time doing this. So obviously, if you've had military service, you know more than I do, 100%. And I probably got something wrong throughout this video. And if you know what I got wrong, please share. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I recommend you to subscribe. And I'll see you later.